This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a computer repair company? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Reginald Blanchard with Computer Pro Network. Reginald, how are you today?
Doing good. I'm doing great.
Great. Now we're excited to learn all about you and your business. Can you start off by telling our listeners just a little bit about your company?
Okay, well, we do computer and laptop repair. We're mobile, so we come out to you. You don't have to leave your house. So that makes it a little better. So we kind of spoil you. And we also train people on how not to get scammed. That's kind of going around where people getting scammed a lot. And we make it affordable. I mean, when I say affordable, I mean very affordable. And we also do network cabling and security cameras.
Wow. Now, Reginald, I'm sure all of our listeners love to hear all of that great information, but getting a little bit more into your background, why you find security measures so important. Tell us a little bit more about how you got into this industry and where does your heart for this company really come from?
I started doing this in the 80s, believe it or not. I was kind of intrigued on what computers did back then, which they didn't really do a whole lot, but I was kind of intrigued on the things that they did do, and I saw growth. I saw potential growth in the industry, and then at the same time, it looked like a lot of fun.
That is awesome. Now, I am sure there is going to be many that you'd love to get into, but with our limited time today, tell us what is the number one myth or misconception in your industry?
The number one, and a lot of people don't even think of this, is whenever you take your computer to a shop, your data is at risk, and people don't realize that. A lot of times they'll steal passwords, they'll steal pictures, put them on social media and stuff like that. So that's probably the number one thing. And like I said, a lot of people don't realize it, but that's what they do. And that's one of the reasons why we like to be mobile. And not only it saves you money, number one, it saves you a lot of trouble. But the biggest thing is that it helps protect you. When I'm working on your computer, you're sitting right there with me. You see exactly what I'm doing. I'm not stealing anything. I'm not doing anything crazy. And then the other thing is once I'm done, it's already hooked up. You don't have to lug anything in the car and try to figure out how to hook it up. So that's the misconception, is that people don't realize that their data is at risk when they take it to a shop.
Wow. Now, on the safety side of things, getting into that a little bit deeper here, what other tips do you have for our listeners today just to protect themselves from that happening or being exposed to the possibility of that happening?
I think one of the main things is making sure that whatever company that you hire, that number one, that they're insured. Because if they steal your data and they get caught, then you can sue them. So that's the number one thing, is making sure that they have insurance. Number two, it's kind of hard to say if a company is background checked or anything like that, but all of our technicians are background checked. We're all HIPAA compliant through the federal government. So we have all of our credentials. Most people require you to have $1 million insurance. Well, we had 4, and now we're down to $2 million. But it's overkill for technology. But that's how serious we take it. We don't want anything to happen to your data or anything like that.
Well, it is fantastic that you protect your users. Now, we know marketing is the heart of every business. Who are your target customers, clients, or audience? And in terms of marketing today, how do you attract them?
Majority of our business is word of mouth. We've been around since 2001, so that's next year, actually next month, that'll be 25 years for us being in business. So we have a big reputation. We started this company in Atlanta and in 2001, and then we expanded out here in Texas in 2018. So we have a big clientele, and within these 7 or 8 years we've been in the DFW area, man, we've managed to get a lot of customers through social media and through word of mouth. A lot of our customers in Georgia was reaching out to customers here in Texas, telling them about us, because we did a lot of work for like the sheriff's department and everybody, so we have a good reputation.
Now, Reginald, do you foresee further expansion in the future?
I do, but I don't want to expand too fast. Like the guy who owned the Geek Squad did. I don't want to expand like that because I care more about my customers than trying to sell off a business. I want to keep the business in the family, so I want to keep it uh, controllable. I won't say small, but I want to keep it controllable because I don't want anybody ruining my company and ruining my customers. Because that's exactly what happened with Geek Squad. They don't even really fix computers anymore. They send them off. A lot of
Wow.
people know that, and that's even more dangerous of a data breach.
Now, with all these great tips you have and keeping your customers front of mind, have you ever thought about doing your own podcast?
I haven't. That's a good idea though, but no, I haven't thought about it. I'm doing so much other stuff, but I mean, I'm open to it. That's a great idea.
Reginald, it is so clear that protection is so important to you. So, outside of work, what do you like to do for fun with your family?
Well, me and my wife, we do a lot of traveling and we do a lot of cooking. So we do a lot of cooking and traveling.
Well, I love cooking. What type of food do you guys like to cook?
Fried rice, and my wife bakes like nobody I have ever met in my life. So like it's fried rice. I'm originally from St. Louis, and it's a particular type of fried rice that they have in St. Louis. It's very hard to duplicate, and after 24 years, I was able to duplicate it. So I love cooking it.
Now, please tell our listeners one thing they should remember today about Computer Pro Network.
One thing to remember, in my opinion, and I'm not just trying to sell anything, but we have a new program called Scam Guard Academy we just came out with in July. And it's where we teach you how not to get scammed. And we break them down in modules, and it's like a video. It has a video, and it has a PDF, and it has a text file. So you'll have access to everything you need, from the video to the text messages. I mean, not the text messages, text files and PDF files that you can use as a guide to help you not get scammed. And the modules talk about the different types of scams that they have going on. And a lot of people think that they're too smart to fall for a scam, but I almost fell for a scam. And I was one of those ones who said, hey, I'm in technology, I'd never fall for that. But it almost hit me. The guy had all of my information. And I didn't know that you can get that off of public records. I had jury duty. I was called for jury duty, and he got my information from the courts. So I thought he was legit. So the Scam Guard Academy is on the modules are like $2.99, which is about the cost of a cup of coffee. So it's something that could save you thousands. Because I've had customers who been scammed out of $30,000, $80,000, even $150,000.
Oh my goodness. Now, when do you see that launching?
That we launched that in July, and I've gotten a few people signed up for it. They like it. They like it. I've saved a few people from getting scammed. They call me, give me feedback, thanking me. Especially their parents. Those are the number one people that they target for these scammers, the senior citizens. And me personally, I really hate it. I just think it's disgusting. So one of my customers came to me for me to fix his computer, and he was embarrassed. And I asked him why. He said because they scammed him out of $30,000, and that's what kind of inspired me to start teaching this.
Wow. Well, final question for you today, Reginald?
Okay.
Where can our listeners go to learn more about Computer Pro Network?
They can go to our website, and which is very simple, cpntexas.com. So it's like Computer Pro Network, cpntexas.com. Our Scam Guard Academy is linked on that same website, but that one is actually called help.cpntexas.com. Or you can call us on our phone number at 817-658-0707. And I forgot to tell you, we're mobile, but we don't charge hourly fees. We have set fees. So about 95% of our customers only pay $100 to get their computer fixed. As long as we don't have to put parts in, it's going to be $100.
Any areas of the DFW you do not service?
We go everywhere.
Well, Reginald, I really appreciate you being on the show today. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com or call 469-221-9345.